The market of pain. The sun was setting on the dusty planet of Varka. The air was dry and hot, and the sound of shouting filled the large market square. This was no ordinary market. This was the slave market, where pain was sold like a cheap product. In the center of the market, a woman was chained to a tall pole. Her skin was pale blue, and her eyes looked tired but full of fire. She was an alien from a faraway world. People in the market called her the Broken One. Every day, many came to the market, paying $1 for one whip strike on her back. They laughed and cheered when the whip hit her skin. The pain made the woman wince, but she stayed silent. A loud voice called out, $1, one whip. Who wants to pay next? The crowd pushed forward. Coins clinked in a large metal bowl. Hands raised eagerly. Among the crowd, a man walked slowly toward the center. He was tall and calm. His eyes were sharp and full of strength. He was a human, a traveler from Earth, the only blue planet anyone in the galaxy had heard about. The man stopped in front of the woman. The crowd noticed him. Some laughed. What is this human doing here? Does he want to join the fun? Large alien asked, his voice full of mockery. The human reached into his pocket and pulled out a single coin. It was exactly $1. He dropped the coin into the metal bowl. The crowd grew louder, waiting for the human to raise the whip. But the human did not move to grab the whip dot. Instead, he looked at the woman. His eyes met hers for a moment. There was no fear. Only kindness. The market went quiet. Whispers spread like fire. What is he waiting for? Why is he not taking the whip? The auctioneer shouted, "Come on, human. Take the whip or get out." The human took a deep breath. Then he spoke. His voice was calm but strong. This woman is not for sale. No one should suffer like this. The crowd gasped. Some aliens shouted insults. Who does he think he is? One growled. The alien woman's eyes grew wider. Hope stirred inside her chest for the first time in many months. The human stood tall. You can pay for whips and pain here, but that does not make it right. I will not be part of this cruelty. A group of guards in dark armor stepped forward. Their faces were hard and cold. Human, their leader said, you must leave. Now, or face the consequences. The human did not move. I will not leave until this ends, he said quietly. The guards moved closer. The crowd began to shout. Some cheered the human. Others wanted to stop him. Suddenly, the alien woman's chains began to shake. She looked at the human and whispered, "Thank you." The human nodded. "Stay strong. Help is coming." The sun dipped below the horizon, and the market grew darker. But the fire in the human's eyes burned bright. But no one knew what would happen next. Would the human be strong enough to stop the cruelty? Or would the market of pain continue forever? The silent stand. The market was still shaking from the human's words. The crowd's noise had turned into a heavy silence. Everyone was watching him. No one had ever spoken like this here before. Alien woman was still chained, but now her eyes were not full of fear. They held a small spark of hope. The human did not look away. He stood firm and calm. His voice was steady. No one deserves to be treated like this. Not on my watch. Some aliens laughed. Watch? What can a single human do here? One sneered, but the human ignored them. He did not raise the whip. Instead, he held out his hand. I won't hurt her, he said, but I will stop those who do. The guards stepped closer. Their leader growled, You break the law. You will pay. The human's eyes sharpened. Then I accept the price. Because cruelty is the real crime. The crowd was divided. Some cheered quietly. Others whispered threats. The alien woman, still chained, moved slightly. Her voice was soft but clear. Thank you, human. Suddenly, from the back of the market, a young alien boy shouted, Why does she suffer? Why do we let this happen? More voices joined. The crowd began to murmur questions, doubts, fear. The human smiled a little. He had planted a seed. The guards were tense. They did not want trouble, but they must obey. The human took a slow step forward. Change starts with one voice. One stand. Who will stand with me? The crowd was silent again. The air was thick with tension. No one moved. Suddenly, a whip cracked sharply in the air. The alien woman flinched. The human's eyes blazed. No more, he said loudly. This ends now. He moved quickly and grabbed the whip from a shocked alien. The crowd gasped. The human broke the whip in two. The sound echoed. Some aliens cheered. The guards shouted, but the human was faster. He stepped between the woman and the angry crowd. We'll protect her. I will protect all of you who suffer. The alien woman's chains suddenly loosened by unknown power. She stood tall, free for the first time in a long time. The human and the alien woman looked at each other. A silent promise passed between them. The market was changed forever, but the fight was only beginning. Would others join the human? Or would fear keep them silent? The sun was gone, but a new light was rising. Asterisk. Clash of laws. The market was in chaos. The human stood strong, holding the broken whip pieces in his hands. Around him, the crowd buzzed with shock and anger. The guards tightened their grip on their weapons. Their leader stepped forward, voice cold and hard. Human, you have broken the law. You must pay the price. The human looked him in the eye. What law lets you sell paying? What law lets you chain innocent beings? The leader sneered. Our laws keep order. You don't understand. The human's voice was calm but firm. I understand this is cruelty. I won't accept it. Suddenly, the alien woman stepped beside him, free from her chains. Her eyes burned with new fire. I was stolen, sold like an object. That is not order. That is slavery. A murmur passed through the crowd. Some looked at her with respect, others with fear. The leader barked. Enough. This is your final warning. Leave or face arrest. The human shook his head. No, I am here to change things. Guards moved forward to seize him. But before they could touch him, the crowd parted. An old alien woman stepped forward. Her voice was soft, but carried power. This human speaks truth. We have lived under cruelty for too long. More voices rose. We want change. No more pain. The leader growled in anger. Traitors, you will be punished. The human turned to the crowd. Fear controls you now, but courage can free you. Suddenly, a loud sound filled the air. From the sky, a bright ship landed nearby. It was a human ship, larger than any the market had ever seen. People gasped. The guards faltered. The human smiled slightly. Help is here. The alien woman took his hand. Together, we can fight this. The crowd cheered softly. The fight for freedom had begun, but the laws would not fall easily. Would the human's courage be enough? Or would the law crush hope forever? Breaking chains, the market was full of noise and fear. The human ship's shadow stretched over the dusty ground. Guards looked nervously at each other. They knew their time was short. The human stood tall beside the alien woman. We must move fast, he said quietly. They will send more soldiers soon. Chains clinked loudly as the alien woman shook off the last of her bonds. Her body was strong beneath the bruises. She took a deep breath and nodded. Together, they ran toward the narrow streets behind the market. The crowd parted, watching in silence. Suddenly, the leader of the guard shouted, Stop them! Don't let them escape! The market erupted in chaos. Enforcers ran after the human and the alien woman. Weapons raised. The human dodged swiftly, pulling the alien woman behind him. Keep moving. Don't stop. They turned a corner and entered a dark alley. The sun had set completely, and only faint stars shone above. The alien woman stopped, breathing hard. "Why do they hate me so much?" The human looked at her with respect. "Because you are different. But we will change that." Suddenly, footsteps sounded behind them. More guards. "We have to fight," the human said firmly. The alien woman's eyes glowed with fierce strength. She raised her hands, and suddenly the chains that had bound her were gone. She moved like lightning, striking the first guard. The human joined her, using quick moves to defend. Together, they fought, side by side. More guards came, but the human and the alien woman were faster and stronger than anyone expected. The sounds of battle echoed through the narrow streets. Finally, they broke free from the chase. Breathing hard, the alien woman smiled faintly. "Thank you for saving me." The human nodded. "This is only the beginning. We must free more like you." Far away, the market's angry cries faded. But in the dark streets, a new hope was born. Asterisk. Unexpected allies. After the fight in the dark alleys, the human and the alien woman found a small hidden place. It was an old warehouse, dusty and quiet. Inside, a group of aliens and humans waited. They were a secret group, people who did not agree with the cruelty of the market. The leader of the group, a tall alien with bright green eyes, stepped forward. "We've been watching you. You have courage. We want to help." The human looked around. How many others like her are still trapped? The green-eyed alien's face grew serious. Too many. The market controls many planets. The laws protect the cruel. The alien woman's voice was strong. "I want to fight. I want freedom. For all who suffer." The human nodded. "Together, we can change the rules. We can free them." The group started to plan. Maps were spread on the floor. Secret routes, places to hide, ways to fight back. As they talked, the alien woman told her story. How she was stolen from her home, sold to the market, and whipped every day. Tears came to the human's eyes. "No, one deserves this." Suddenly, a shadow appeared at the warehouse door. A figure watched silently, hidden in the dark. The human noticed first. "We are not alone." The shadow disappeared quickly, but the warning was clear. Someone is spying. "On us?" the green-eyed alien said. "They want to stop our plan." The human clenched his fists. "We must be ready." The alien woman smiled. "For the first time, I feel hope." Outside, the stars shone bright. But the danger was closer than ever. Would their secret group survive? Or would betrayal destroy their chance for freedom? Asterisk, the human's promise. The night was cold, but the small group was warm with hope. The human stood beside the alien woman. They looked at the stars above, thinking about what was to come. "We cannot wait," the human said softly. "We must strike back, free everyone from this pain." The alien woman nodded. "I am ready. For too long, I was a prisoner. Now I fight." The secret group moved quietly through the dark streets. They reached the slave market before dawn. The guards were fewer, tired from the night. The human led the charge. "For freedom," he shouted. The battle was fierce. Whips and weapons clashed with courage and strength. The alien woman fought fiercely, breaking chains and opening cages. One by one, the captives ran free. The market, once a place of pain, became a place of hope. The leader of the guards tried to stop them. But the human stepped forward, fearless. "Your time is over." The guards retreated, defeated. The alien woman looked at the human. "You saved me. You saved us all." The human smiled. "I promise, no one will suffer while I stand here." The freed aliens cheered. They followed the human and his new allies. Though the fight was won, the war was not over. the human and the alien. Woman knew more battles awaited, but together they would face whatever came. The market of pain was broken. A new dawn had arrived. Asterisk.